This is bullshit. I don't fucking care. It don't matter to Gina. But
So I finally had time to really sit with the album for a while, man, and after coming to a very drawn out listening session, you know what I mean? My final conclusion is the album is pretty good. You know, it's good. I fuck with it, you know what I mean? It is basically to me, like I said, views revamped in a way, you know what I mean? But definitely we gotta take away the songs that are of, let's say, a different sound, a different culture of Drake. You know what I mean? I look at those tracks as promotion. You know, the UK sound, the Jamaican sound, Caribbean sound. To me, that's just promotion for Apple Music to, you know, dominate worldwide, if you want to call it that. But overall, I did enjoy this project. Particularly, it is some tracks on there I didn't mess with. But me, going into this, I didn't really know what to expect. I seen a track list. At first, the track list had 25 records, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. And then when you hear the project, it's like, okay, wow, you take away, a couple of the tracks where Drake is not appearing on a record or is featuring a UK artist, no disrespect to them. I just really wasn't feeling it. It basically is a Drake album in a sense. It's like he seen what he did with Views, which he stated in the record, and he basically went in there and basically did it over. I am mad Two Birds, One Stone wasn't on the album. I preferably like that record. I to me it was a good fit, but he kept Fake Love for some reason. Whatever. But overall, you got the singing tracks. That's Drake all the way. But these five records to me stand out because it's the side of Drake that I always, admired. It's what I became a fan of. The very first record that I ever heard of Drake or from Drake was Congratulations. And if y'all don't know what that is, go look it up. But the Free Smoke record, once I heard the clip of it, I kind of seen where he was going with it, but didn't know what the full track could sound like. And obviously, we know where that song went. Lose You is the more introspective record, from Drake, where it's more personal. And that's really the side of Drake that I like, the more personal side. And of course, he kind of stabbed that Meek on there, stabbed that Meek on Free Smoke, Can't Have Everything as well. And then Do Not Disturb, he kind of stabbed at, Tory Lanez. But Passion Fruit was one of the records to where it had that like Caribbean vibe to it. But I wasn't mad at it. As soon as I heard it, I was like, I like this shit. A lot of people fuck with Passion Fruit and a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of reminds you of the Rihanna record, but not really. To me, this is a better take on it. And I feel like the instrumentation on this album or playlist is pretty fucking incredible. You know what I mean? The sampling, the way it's sequenced together. You definitely have to listen to it all the way through. And that's another thing about this project. I listened to it all the way through. I just skip no tracks. Every time you go into it, listening to it, you can just throw it on and play it all the way through. You know what I mean? And I found that to be different because with Views, it's notably a few songs that I'll skip on there. And I was like, wow, that's different. Because I was expecting to skip shit instantly. First skimmed through it when I first got it on my phone and bought it. And then when I finally sat down, I think 4 days after it dropped and really just sat with it, I was like, wow, this shit is not bad. But, you got to take away the things that you don't like, and after listening to it for so long, these are like the five records I seem to always come back to and listen to. Whether it's the production, whether it's the lyrics, the emotion behind it, or just the great production, and either you like Drake by now or you don't. It don't make sense to crack jokes about him, about the singing, or he didn't rap enough, or he's still talking about Meek and everything like that. I mean, Drake is Drake at the end of the day. And like he said, he felt like he was angry when he did Views, but Views didn't sound angry. It just sounded like he didn't finish his thought. It's like mid sentence, he writing something, and then his mind just shifted somewhere else. And it goes back to the Joe Budden podcast when everybody thought it was crazy. Soon as I heard Drake say that, I was like, damn, I know they feel stupid. He even said it. He didn't feel inspired. I mean, I guess with Drake saying he was mad when he made Views, in a sense, that could be the same thing. But nevertheless, that shows Joe Budden really know this music shit. So for all the Joe Budden fans out there, salute to y'all. But I mean, coming away from this, we know Drake won't be back till next year sometime. I really don't want to speak on a Kendrick record or whatever the case may be, because that's not it's not a Kendrick video. But he did like what, Golden Week, seeing how the physical copy, I do believe, dropped the 31st. So we'll see how many fans go out and support that. I mean, I know I will, but that's because I basically got every Drake album. And I just wish that he'd step away from the cultural sounds and stick to what he know, like how he talked about it in that one song where he didn't care what people would think the way he write. He spoke from the heart, and I think he need to get back to that side of him where it's like it's more shit going on behind the scenes that you're not talking about. And he hints to it if you really listen to these records: Lose You, Do Not Disturb, Can't Have Everything. It's just more shit going on that he's really not speaking on. And I wish he would stop doing so many subliminals. When you got something to say, just say it. You know what I mean? Rick Ross said everything on that record on his album, and that was pretty dope. But I just feel like Drake just still bites his tongue for whatever reasons, whether it's loyalty reasons, contract reasons, or whatever. I just feel like it's something he trying to say and he not getting his correct, proper thoughts out. And until he's, until he's able to really dig deep and just say fuck it, he won't have that type of album that everybody will genuinely love. Like, wow, okay, he put everything out there. None of it was bullshit, and you could hear it in, the sincerity in his voice. But, I mean, more life is more life, you know what I mean? So I just want to see what the future holds for Drake. I don't really think that he's falling off, I just feel like with this project, maybe a lot of people were expecting something they didn't get, and maybe people were happy with it. But, I mean, to go Golden Week, that's really not bad. I didn't really think he'll do the whole platinum shit because, like he said, he wasn't putting the promotion out for it like it was a type of album or whatever the case may be. I think it was just a showcase to, the new sound and everything. That's what's going down. But we'll see how that works out in the end. But at the end of the day, Free Smoke, Lose You, Passion Fruit, Do Not Disturb, Can't Have Everything. Those are my top 5 songs. I still enjoy other records, though. I like that Icy Melts or Ice Melts. I fuck with that. That Glow was kind of crazy. Where that other Portland, skirt, like that's my shit. That shit crazy. And Galchester, I definitely thought that was pretty solid right there. And Blim, for some reason, I don't know why I like that song, but it just, I think I like the lyrics, but the production is not what I'm really fucking with. On a lot of the other type sounding production, you know what I mean, from other regions or whatever. I think that's what it is. Drake always have lyrics, but I don't fuck with the production. But yeah, man, that's it. More life, my top 5 songs. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Sorry for taking so long to make this, but I just wanted to make sure I had the proper mindset before I actually dropped the video. All right, y'all, I'm out. 1.